Hello everyone, this is Myzzrym bringing you a new episode of Advanced Mechanic, this time on Rubick the Grand Magus. Rubick is a very versatile hero that is often picked in the competitive scene. His ultimate, Spell Steal, is an extremely dangerous spell, especially against heroes with big ultimates themselves. In fact, if we take a look at the second international's numbers, Rubick's win rate is one of the highest, even above Morphling's. Rubick's first skill is Telekinesis. It is a single target disabled that doesn't deal any damage. Rubick throws someone into the air, which effectively stuns him, and then throw him back onto the ground, which stuns all enemy units in the area. Note that the main target of Telekinesis is not affected by the landing stun. Leveling this ability will increase the lift duration as well as the landing stun duration, but most importantly, it also increases the range of the spell. While the enemy is in the air, Rubick can cast Telekinesis again. In doing so, Rubick will choose where the enemy lands. This sub-skill has a 375 max range. Keep in mind that using the sub-skill will make Rubick turn towards his target, so it may not be the best thing to do if you're trying to run away. As you have probably already seen before, you can use this skill to trap people onto cliffs, so they have to buy a TP to get away. This makes it very dangerous to try to take the runes when an enemy Rubick is around. Lincoln Sphere will stop the spell if you're the main target, but if an ally lands beside you, you will still get stunned from the landing stun. BKB blocks both of those lift and landing stuns. Some spells end the lift prematurely, for example Tornado or also Chronosphere. If that was to happen, the landing stun is dealt immediately to the area. Trees are also destroyed around the landing area, so you can't trap people into trees with this skill. All in all, Telekinesis acts like a single target stun that evolves into an AoE stun. Rubick's second skill is called Fade Bolt. The spell basically acts like a chain lightning. After damaging the first target, it will jump from enemy to enemy until there is no one left in range. The bolt will hit the closest target each time and will seek additional targets up to 440 range. Every time it jumps, it will decrease the damage by 4%. Of course, it can't hit the same target twice. If there are enemies within the 440 jump distance, but you cannot see them, for example they're hiding into the fog of war, the bolt will not jump on them. Fade Bolt will also decrease the physical damage of any unit it hits, so 14, 20, 26, 32 for heroes and 7, 10, 13, 16 for creeps, depending on the level of the skill. This makes fighting Rubick plus Tide a huge pain in the ass, as Tide's Anchor Smash will reduce your attack damage by 40% and then the Fade Bolt by some more. Even if you use the Fade Bolt before the Anchor Smash, it will still reduce by 40% before taking into account the flat damage reduction. Keep in mind that Fade Bolt has 800 casting range, which is huge. When you add this to the jump distance, which is 440 maximum, it is easy to snipe off retreating heroes with this spell. Lincoln Sphere will only stop Fade Bolt if you're the main target of the spell, so that means Rubick actually casts a Fade Bolt on you. Null Field is Rubick's third skill. It is a passive skill that reduces the magic damage taken by Rubick and his ally in a non-hurried AoE. Although the numbers may not seem like much at first glance, remember that Null Field actually stacks with any other item or skill that increase the magic resistance. To give you some numbers, the standard hero has 25% base magic resistance. With a cloak, it jumps up to 36, with a hood to 47. Within 900 AoE of an ally Rubick who has maxed Null Field, you will have 40% magic resistance without any items, so better than a cloak. If you get a cloak on top of that, you jump to 49% magic resistance, and with a hood, 58. If you want to compare it with Anti-Mage, with max Spell Shield, he goes up to 62.5% magic resistance. This aura only applies to ally heroes, so not the summoned units and not the creeps. Rubick's ultimate and the most interesting spell of his arsenal is called Spell Steal. By using this on an enemy hero, you get the last spell that he actually used. The spell you just stole will be the exact same of the spell that was just used. So for example, if you steal a Refraction that is level 2, you will get a Refraction level 2, regardless of your level of Spell Steal or of your own level or the level of the enemy. Now let's push this example further and say TA actually levels up and get Refraction to level 3. Your spell will still be Refraction level 2, unless you Spell Steal again and then get Refraction level 3. If the enemy has Aghanim Scepter and you actually steal their ultimate, you will get an improved version of their ultimate, so the same version as theirs with Aghanim, even if you do not own Aghanim. If Rubick has an Aghanim of his own, every ultimate that is improved by Aghanim that he steals will have the Aghanim upgrade, even if the enemy don't have Aghanim. Now there are several spells that Rubick can't steal, so let's go over them. First thing is, you cannot steal any passive ability, even if it costs mana. So no, you cannot steal Skeleton's King Reincarnation. Second thing is you cannot steal any orb effect. So you cannot steal, for example, Drow's Frost Arrows or Viper's Poison Attack. So if you spell steal a Drow, you will only get Silence, and if you spell steal the Viper, you will only get his ultimates all the time. What happened then if there's no spells to steal? For example, in my case, I play against Viper, I'm level 6, Viper is not level 6 yet and has never used ultimate. If you try to spell steal Viper, it will show an error message and you will not be able to steal anything. This is also the case if Viper is actually level 6 but hasn't used the ultimate yet. Third thing is you can only use spell steal on heroes. So for example, you cannot go into the jungle and use spell steal on a centaur to get the stomp. What you can do, however, is if you have an enemy Doom that has eaten the centaur and that actually used the stomp, you can steal the stomp from there. Last exception is when you face Invoker. You will not be able to steal Quas, Wex, Exhort, or even Invoke. You will only be able to steal the combined spells. Now you may be wondering, well, some spells like Requiem of Soul from Shadow Fiend require souls, and I don't have Necromastery stolen because it is passive. Well, when you spell steal a Requiem of Soul, for example, it will get a copy-paste version of the enemy's Shadow Fiend's Requiem of Soul at the moment. So for example, if he uses Requiem of Soul with 30 souls, you will get Requiem of Souls with 30 souls as well. Same goes with all the spells you steal from Death Prophet, which benefit from the Witchcraft. You will get the spell with the equivalent level of Witchcraft that she has. Some skill work differently when stolen, for example Shadow Rays. When you're stealing the Shadow Rays, you will only steal one, you don't get all 3 Shadow Raises. And also when you steal Devourer from Doom, you can eat the creep, you get the bonus gold and everything, but you do not gain the passive and the active abilities of the creep you just ate, as opposed to Doombringer. The most interesting part of this ultimate though is that Rubick used his own cast animation for the spell, so 0.1 second only. When you compare that to, for example, Earthshaker, Earthshaker has to have an entire animation to take the totem on his back and then use the Fissure. Right here, when the Rubick steals it, he is going to cast Fissure almost instantly. Another example would be Split Earth from Leshrac. It takes a huge amount of time to land the Split Earth, but Rubick just casts it instantly. Spells with extended cast time will still stay the same though, so for example Assassinate from Sniper, or Shadow Fiend's Requiem of Souls, or also Nature's Prophet Teleport. You will not be able to just cast that instantly, and in fact it was a bug when Rubick was first released. He could teleport anywhere on the map with the Nature's Prophet Teleport instantly, so it was considered as very broken. Now what happens if I steal the same spell twice? For example, I'm in a fight, I steal Black Hole, and in the next fight I steal Black Hole again. At level 16, spell steal has 5 minutes duration. That means after 5 minutes, if I haven't stolen a new spell, the spell will go off and I will not have anything anymore. So that means if I use spell steal on, for example, Black Hole twice, like in my example, I will refresh the duration. However, what it will not do is refresh the cooldown. So for example, if I use the Black Hole, I have, for example, 100 second cooldown, and I steal the Black Hole again, it will still be with 100 second cooldown. Also, it will not steal the new version of the Black Hole, only refresh the duration. So if Enigma pop to level 16 and get Black Hole level 3 in the meantime, and I had Black Hole level 2, even if I steal his Black Hole after he used it at level 16, I will still have the level 2 Black Hole and refresh the spell steal duration. What you can do, however, to go around this restriction is steal the Black Hole and use the Black Hole, then steal something else. For example, a Plague Ward, and if you manage to steal the Black Hole again, it will be off cooldown, even if he normally still had something like 100 second cooldown. Also remember that spell steal has 1000 range, which is huge, and also goes through BKB. So even if this Enigma has a BKB, jumps on your team and start using the Black Hole with a BKB, use the spell steal and you will still be able to steal the Black Hole and turn this against him. Some spells actually become a bit weird when Rubick steals them. One example would be the Chemical Rage. Rubick actually gains all the bonus from Chemical Rage, so there's no bug. But when he attacks, and he attacks from range, you still hear the attack sound from Alchemist with the blades, like boom, 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 again and again. So it becomes a bit annoying. Another example would be when you steal the Shapeshift from Lycanthrope. You will have a mini Lycan running around, but still attacking from distance because Rubick is a ranged hero. So you will have the critical damage and everything, and also running very fast, but he will shoot like little bolts from his mouth. And talking about transformation spells, if you actually steals, for example, Lycanthrope's ultimate, and then, while being in Lycanthrope ultimate form, steal the dragon form from Dragon Knight, you will turn into a dragon with the benefits from Lycanthrope ultimate. So you will still move at max movement speed and have critical strike, while having also the splash damage from the dragon form. Transformation spells that have no timer though, such as the Lone Druid's true form, will be cancelled if you steal something else. So for example, if I steal the true form from Lone Druid and I transform into the melee form, I will get bonus HP and melee attacks, but if I steal something else afterward, I will go back to my Rubick form instantly. I will not stay into melee form forever. This is not true if you steal Morph from Morphling, so be very careful. If you steal Morph and you change your HP around by switching Strength into Agility or vice versa, if you lose the Morph, you will still have your stats. They won't have changed, and that means if you have managed somehow to screw up and put all your stats from Strength to Agility, you will roam around with only 140 HP all game long. Now, what happened if I steal Spirit Bear? Do I get a free Spirit Bear roaming around? You get all the benefits from the Spirit Bear, so that means a bear with the Entangle, with the inventory slots, but as soon as you steal something else, or as soon as you die, because when you die you lose the spell you stole, the Spirit Bear will die as well, disappear, and the items will fall on the ground. Same goes for Chen's Holy Persuasion. If you get it, and then persuade like 3 creeps into your army, if you steal something else, the 3 creeps will die instantly. This is not the case with summons with limited life. So for example, if I steal Summon Wolves from Lycanthrope, or if I steal the Enchant from Enchantress, I can summon creeps or also enchant them, and then steal something else and still keep them. This is because they are on time life, and anything on time life, such as I said earlier, the transformation from Lycanthrope or Dragon Knight, they actually work when you change the spell you steal. But something that is permanent, such as the True Form from Lone Druid or the Holy Persuasion, will not last. The only exception being Morphling's Morph, as I said earlier. Also, usually when you have a spell with 2 components, for example, Puck's Illusionary Orb, you will have the second component as well. For example, you can use the Illusionary Orb and blink onto the Illusionary Orb, as well as, for example, Kunkka's X marks the spot, you will be able to X the enemy and bring him back whenever you want to. Tuggable spells like Rot, for example, will be stopped if you steal something else, so you won't be rotting yourself to death if you somehow stole something else while rotting, so you cannot turn it off. Last thing that I wanted to say is, when I was talking about Death Prophet and Witchcraft, I got curious and tried the same with Ogre Magi. I wanted to see if you actually steal the Fire Blast with a chance of multicasting, but unfortunately extensive testing have shown that you cannot multicast when you steal something from Ogre Magi. So you get all the other passive benefits. For example, if you steal the Fire Blast at a level 3 multicast, it will have a higher mana cost and also a shorter cooldown, but unfortunately, no multicast. Oh, and I forgot to mention, whenever you spell steal an illusion, the spell goes on cooldown, but you don't steal anything. So as usual, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing, thumbing up, or talking about it to your friend. And also, if you have any remark, request, or comment, please use the YouTube comments. I will be reading all of them. Even if I don't reply all the time, I am reading every single comment. And, well, I'll see you guys for the next video of Advanced Mechanics. You know, it has been a long time, but I keep on doing those videos. So see ya!